Hello, this is Dr. Jeff, and I've often shared how we live in a color-blessed nation, and so how can we be culturally honoring? I know in November it was Native American Heritage Month, and I thought I'd share the student work that came from one of my students. His name is Ethan. And so I'm going to go ahead and share the sample, and then I'm going to share how we got there. So this is what Ethan said regarding a heroine of his, Sacagawea. I have had numerous occasions where I needed to translate for my Korean parents just as she did for Lewis and Clark's expedition, enabling them and to communicate with other Native American tribes. It was fascinating to see such a young woman play such an important role, especially at a time when women were socially denigrated and their abilities were undervalued. Because of that, a bridge was constructed that allowed for the exchange of ideas and the expansion of civilizations between two very different nations. I've often shared with my students that in order for the tree to grow tall, you have to know your roots. And I liken that to a sequoia grove, where you're not just learning about your own roots, but seeing how your roots intersect and connect with others. And in this student's case, he is intersecting and connecting with the Native American story as well, and connecting it to his own story. And I think that's wonderful, because that's what we can do in a color-blessed nations. We can become stronger as we have the opportunity to connect and intersect. And so how do we get here where this social media post has gone out and students all across the district had a chance to be a part of this? How did I get my students to be involved with this? So it was just a 1-week activity, but basically the driving question was, how do we support our public information office with their social media campaign to honor and celebrate Native American Heritage Month? Once again, we could have just passed by this. I'm sure we've heard Native American Heritage Month before in schools and didn't have a chance to really look into it too deeply. But I thought, you know what, I want to go ahead and give this challenge to my students. And so what we did was, we once again used the idea of using social media for social good, and students had a chance to identify a Native American public figure who inspired them. And so it could have been anyone, in this case, we have an explorer, but it could have been an artist, a warrior, a politician, religious leader, writer, television and film. So they would think of that person, they would write, and then write a little bit about their person, their accomplishments, their contributions to history and culture, their influences to their personal life, which I think is important, because once again, you want to not just go, oh, that's that person, but I think it helps to honor when we can make sometimes some kinds of connections and intersections. In this case, all you're seeing is the post, the actual student product. It included something that looked like this, and also a screencast where they told their story as well and explained it to the rest of the class, and then the class, of course, having a chance to learn from one another. So if there was one that was shared and there were like 30 students in the class, now they're having a chance to learn from many. And so this is how, in our class, we were able to support the district school to also honor and celebrate Native American Heritage Month. And I'm so glad that we had the chance to do that.